Hey everybody, it's been a while since I posted a video, but I've decided to go ahead and get my gear video together and post that because I have pretty much all my items that I need for my hike, besides a couple things that I just need for the snow travel portions, and those are waiting for me in Kennedy Meadows, so I'll add them in at the end of the video. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and go through what I have. This might be a little bit of a long video because I have done a couple shakedown hikes where I've switched out a few gear items, and I want to go through the gear list piece by piece and kind of tell you guys why I chose it, or if it was an item I swapped out, why did I switch it out. I'm actually filming on a landscape version this time because I'm getting better, kind of. Anyway, so I will also post the full list of my gear after this video. So here we go. Fun fact, I just did about like a quarter of my gear filming not on landscape after I just bragged about myself using landscape. All right, first up, backpack. This is a ULA circuit pack. It is it's a great item. I love it so far. I took it on my shakedown hike and I'm very impressed. It was very comfortable, very light. My stuff fit great. I'm still learning how to pack my things correctly, but overall the pack so far has been good. You can see I have my PCT 2022 patch. Thank you, Slim Jim. That's freaking awesome. I feel like part of the crew already. Then that's my hand sanitizer. That's my dog tag for Ellie. Okay. Because I'm gonna miss her 100%. So that's my pack, ULA circuit. Here I'm lazy and I did not feel like taking out my sleeping bag yet, but I chose the REI Magma 15. Honestly, there's probably a lot more expensive type sleeping bags you could get out there, but I thought this was a good bang for your buck, which I know you shouldn't bargain shop necessarily on this trip, but I read a lot of reviews, took a lot of time researching, and most people that had this sleeping bag seem to really like it. So it's a mummy bag, so it goes over your head. And I actually used this on my Eagle Rock Loop hike, and the first night I was on trail, it got to like early 20s degrees, and I woke up and there was ice on the outside of my sleeping bag, but I was not cold all night. I was actually kind of warm. So this has been good for the short amount of time I've had it. So hopefully the durability part is going to hold up, but so far a good purchase. The next item I want to talk about a little bit more in depth is my tent. So the tent that I'm going to be carrying is right there. It's the Big Agnes Copper Spur UL1 tent. Those are the poles that set it up, and those are the stakes in that smaller bag. So the reason I want to talk about this tent is because this is an item that I switched to from originally using the Z-Pack Soloplex tent, which is right here. So I was using a Z-Pack tent, and after a few experiences and hikes with the Z-Pack tent, I had decided that I did not really enjoy using stakes and my really lacking skill set in trying to set it up to get it right. So I was constantly battling, like staking this in the ground, whether the terrain wasn't great or I just suck at doing it. I don't know. After multiple attempts, I just was like, you know what? It's worth the money for me to alleviate the frustration I feel in setting up the Z-Pack Soloplex tent and get a freestanding tent. So I made a great choice for myself. I'm not saying it's right for everybody. I made a great choice for myself because I really like this tent right here, the Big Agnes one. So Yogi also recommends this one in her book. I'm not saying it's the right choice for everybody, but for me, it's great. This Z-Pack one is not bad. I'm not dissing Z-Packs. You can see my trekking poles are Z-Packs. I like Z-Pack product, but for me, the convenience of a freestanding tent would just outweigh the lightweight of the Z-Pack. So most people will choose a Z-Pack from what I've seen due to the weight being so light. Next up, my trekking poles. So these are Z-Pack carbon fiber trekking poles. The pink part is just duct tape that I've wrapped around. You'll see a lot of hikers do that as a little hack. So duct tape can fix a lot of things, and it does not lose its stickiness after just one wrap like that. So that's been cool. But so far, I have used these poles already. They're very light, lighter than most trekking poles I've had, and they are carbon fiber like a lot of other heavier trekking poles, but these I think are lighter because the clasps are made out of like plastic. That does worry me a little bit, but overall they've been good so far. And, you know, I think it's just one of those things I'll just have to see how they work as I go. Hopefully they hold up during my hike. We'll start down here. My med kit, it's a 0.7 med kit, it's ultralight, but honestly, I think, it says ultralight, but I think it's like 6 ounces, and I don't need everything in there, so I'm gonna look on dialing that back. I think that's a little excessive. My headlamp I already had this. It's a black diamond headlamp, but it's not one of the lightest ones you can get, but I already had it, and I just felt like the weight, again, is not so much different than the lighter version to where I needed to buy the lighter version. So this is a gear piece I already had. This is a Garmin InReach Mini. Honestly, I need to research more on how to use that thing. I really don't know that much about it. But yeah, I chose it because it's a smaller, compact one. And yeah, it just came recommended. This is a bug net. I don't foresee myself using that much in the desert area, but I know in the Northern California and on, I'm going to need that for all the mosquitoes. And I will say mosquitoes are one of my least favorite things on the planet. So, ugh. Give me the bears, but like, not those mosquitoes. This item is my charger for my phone. The only things I really need to be charging are my phone and my Garmin InReach. So, I have AirPods, but I've opted out of AirPods because of the fact that you have to charge them. So I'm just taking like headphones that have a cord. So this is an Anchor Core Power 2000 something. I'm not exactly sure what it was. But it's supposed to be able to charge your phone up to 8 times. It's like 12 ounces maybe. So it's, again, I saw it on a lot of people's gear list, and after doing a lot of research, that's what I decided on. This is just my toiletries. There's some DEET in there. There's a patch repair kit for my sleeping pad in here. I'll go over this part in a second. This is my trowel, which just digs a hole for you to use the bathroom. I went with the Sawyer Squeeze, and that's the platypus. It's a 2-liter hold, so that can hold some water. And I'm going to carry just normal water bottles as well, which the Sawyer Squeeze goes right on top of your normal water bottle. All right, another item I wanted to go in more depth on is the stove system. So I went ahead and got the MSR Pocket Rocket 2. So I got the whole setup though, where it comes like this. This is the pot, and inside the pot, you can kind of see that it's got the actual stove piece. The stove piece is really tiny, which is kind of cool and compact. Oh, I should have pulled this out for y'all. Whoa! That is so little. Crazy. So altogether, like the stove kit with the fuel, I got a bigger fuel to start out with because my dad's going to start the first 100 miles with me. Together, it's a little over a pound. And then I got a titanium spork. This is my knife. And this is my food bag from Z-Pack. I've liked that so far. Right here, too, is my food cozy. Food cozy. I'm not sure. So what you do is you'll see those adventure packs or already dehydrated packs of food. So you can put it in there, and when you open it, and you can pour hot water into the food bag in there, and it eliminates some fuel use because you can just let it all marinate and get ready to eat in that food cozy, and it keeps you from burning your hands. So clothing items. These are my socks. These are Darn Tough socks with Injinji toe sock liners. I also have an extra pair of socks that are not on the table right now, but they're also Injinji with toe liners and a cover. And then I have Smart Wool socks that also aren't right here because I use them all the time. The Smart Wool socks I'm going to be sleeping in. So basically I have these socks, a backup pair just like this system, and then a sleeping pair. Here are my Sunski sunglasses. I really like those. I got them from Cotopaxi, but you can get them pretty much anywhere like REI or something. They're like $60 too, so not horribly expensive. These are my Dirty Girl gaiters. They go on your shoes to keep dirt and rocks and things out. Next up, I have my gloves. So these are Outdoor Research Versaliners. So basically these are like cloth material, and these are like the main part of the gloves. And they have a hole right here for like hand warmers, or you can store your rain piece in those. That's the way they came. And these are waterproof covers that go over these in case it's raining and it's cold. Here are my clothes. So I have these all sitting on top of a Mountain Hardwear down jacket. So it's a really good jacket. I splurged a little on the jacket because I feel like that's a very important item in case you really get caught in somewhere where you need the warmth. So that teal jacket everything's laying on is a Mountain Hardwear down jacket. And then I have a Cole beanie. I have this hair buff. I have merino something. I forgot what it's called. I think it's smart wool or something. Yeah, okay. So I have a smart wool thermal leggings to sleep in, and then I have like a base layer top that I think is just an REI brand. So they're both just black. It's my sleepwear system. For my actual hiking, I have this Mountain Hardwear sun shirt. So it's pretty cool. It has like a hoodie on it. My brother picked that out with me, so it's kind of cool because I'll be like, oh yeah, we picked that out together. And unpopular opinion, I will be hiking in biker shorts because I do everything in biker shorts. Like, I'm a huge fan of biker shorts because thick thighs save lives, and yeah, they're keep me from chafing. So I'm a big fan of that. That's what I'm gonna hike in. And for pants, I'm doing like leggings of the same brand, Athleta, whatever it's called, for my pants, because once again, I don't like my thighs rubbing together, and I work out and do almost every activity in leggings or bike shorts, so I'm really used to it and I prefer it. Next up, we got the Helium rain jacket. So this is a super light rain jacket. I think it's like a little over 5 ounces. It's by Outdoor Research. It's a little bit of an expensive item, but I watched a lot of hikers who recommended getting a nicer rain jacket. So there was a lot of people that seemed to buy the Frog Togs before their hike, and then after their hike, when they did a gear review post trail, they said they wish they would have bought something a little bit better. So I went ahead and spent a little bit more money on a rain jacket. And so far, I mean, I haven't used it really yet, but because it hadn't rained on anything I've gone on, but the material feels really light, like not like it would be uncomfortable, and it seems pretty durable, so that's nice. Next up, Shoes by Shoes. No, I'm kidding. So for my hiking shoes, I chose Speedgoat's Hoka Speedgoat 4s. So these are actually have a lot of use on them already, and you can see they're already worn down. I've worn them a lot. I wore these on my Grand Canyon rim to rim hike. That was 20 miles in one day, and I loved them. My feet did not hurt at all during that hike. I've also worn these training for my half marathon, and I done a lot of different activities in these. Like, these have a lot of wear and tear on them, and I've loved them. So I think a lot of people tend to lean more towards like the Ultra Lone Peak shoes, but my personal preference are these because they work for me, and I'm not going to change something that I've already tested for a long time. So shoes are totally a personal decision. So far, I'm going with these Hoka Speedgoat 4s. They're not the most attractive shoe. They have a huge sole, obviously, but that's like the reason that I think they're so great on my feet. I don't even think I'm going to use insoles because my feet have never hurt in these. I'm sure that could change. I've also never walked as far as what I'm going to be walking, but I think if I rotate them on a regular basis, I'm pretty sure these will be good for me. Next up are my luxury items, or what I'll consider my luxury items. So this sit pad is only a couple ounces, and this thing is awesome. So it has a lot of different uses. For one, obviously a sit pad, but also what I used it for on my hike was I put it in between my legs like this in my sleeping bag at night because I'm a side sleeper and I like having something between my knees. And I also used it under clothes as a pillow. So lots of different things you can use that for. This right here is a little air pump for my sleeping pad because I'm bougie. No, I'm kidding. I mean, I am a little bougie with this, but I really like this piece of gear, and it was only 2 ounces, and I think it was like $40, and it's really nice to come into your tent at the end of the night and not have to use your lungs to blow everything up when you're already tired. But even better than that, the feature I like the most is it deflates your pad, which is awesome because pushing the air out of your pad, or for me, was just, I hate doing that, especially if you're doing it every single day. So this was a really cool piece of gear in my opinion. other luxury items are camp shoes. So these are Tevas. I actually might be returning these. Not even might. I think I am going to be returning these. The bigger question is, am I going to get the same pair? Because these are a little bit snug as is, and I know my feet are going to expand, so I'm going to return them. I'm just not sure if I'm going to get the same pair or something else. I'm leaning towards something else because these are a little bit heavier than I thought, and I think honestly, I think I could spend less money and get a lighter shoe from like Walmart that'll do just fine. So I'm really considering changing these out because I don't really think I will be doing many water crossings or anything in those. I think they will pretty much strictly be for camp. So I don't need anything like that crazy. Also, going back to my shoes, I've done several water crossings in these Hoka Speed Goats, and these dry really quickly. Like, I'm pretty sure my foot dried within like not even 30 minutes when I did a river crossing in these. So I probably don't even need like super expensive camp shoes. Might get my money back and buy something cheaper that fits. That, you know, fitting is important. Bear spray because I'm a chicken. No, but honestly, this might go, I might send this back later on, but at first, or I might put it in a hiker box, I don't know. But I'm bringing it at first because it makes me feel better. It's a peace of mind for me, and if I ditch it later, whatever, but starting out the trail, it's going to give me a little bit more security at night. It's not just for bears, y'all. That's for people, too. So this is a Cotopaxi fanny pack. I just really love Cotopaxi as a brand, and I really wanted something Cotopaxi in my gear, but pretty much the only thing that I've really decided on from Cotopaxi was this fanny pack, but I've already used it a lot, and I really like it. That's just a little Z-Pack wallet that I'm going to keep my ID and cash and stuff in. The last thing that I would say couples as a luxury item is a stove. And the reason I'm putting this in the luxury item category is because I actually just decided like a week ago I was going to get a stove because I was going to cold soak. So the reason I ended up changing to getting a stove was because when I did that Eagle Rock Loop shakedown hike, my parents came out for the second half and they brought like a setup to like boil water and make coffee. And dude, coffee the next day in the morning is a game changer. I swear I hiked so much faster and was in such a better mood after drinking hot coffee. So I was like, you know what, it's worth like the extra pound. So luxury item, in my opinion as well, is the stove. So that's pretty much it for my gear video. I have a few more items on the way. So I have a couple more dry bags from Z-Pack that I ordered, and I also have my snow gear that's going to be in Candy Meadows. That's my micro spikes and my ice axe. I think I might get those early depending on the weather. We're going to see when it gets closer. I also have a pack cover for rain when it rains that covers my backpack. That's just a Cedar Summit one that I ordered, and that's also in the mail. So other than that, that's everything. I just want to say I'm by no means an expert on gear, and so anything in my video is just my own opinion, and I'm sure it's going to change when I actually get out there and go longer than just a couple shakedown hikes. So I'm totally a newbie, and I know that this is not going to be what I end with, but this is my starting gear, and I'm really excited, and I think that it's going to be quite an experience, and I can't wait to do another review at the end of my experience and be like, these are the things that worked, these are the things that didn't. But so far, this is what I'm starting with. Bye! Also, I just realized in my last video that I look like I didn't wear any clothes. I got clothes on. Okay? I'm just not very good at videoing.